Hey guys, it's Ansel, and today we'll be doing a quick review of a keyboard that I think some of y'all might just like, the MKC75. This board was sent to me for free by my Key Club. Just know that while I did get it for free, all the opinions here are my own and non-influenced by my Key Club. So let's get right into the good stuff. First, the price. This thing is stupidly cheap at $99. For the construction, the feel, the premium heft to it, $99 is just so cheap. And while it's not a perfect board and it has quite a few misgivings, I think that's easily forgiven by the fact that it is, again, $99. For beginners, I would recommend stepping up to the $130 version because then you get hot swap, but even then, it's still stupidly cheap. Second, the construction is friggin' fantastic. This ano, while not perfect, looks incredible for the price and has a silky smooth texture. The weight on the bottom is gorgeous, and while I can't say the same for the inside brass weight, I will say that it adds to the overall heft and premium feeling of the board. And third, there's a ton of customizability. You can get this thing in a wild amount of configs, lots of different colors, and you can even get it with a rotary knob or some kind of little accent piece. This board also has 3 different mounting styles, which is perfect for beginners. Now those are the great things, but here are the iffy things that remind you that, hey, this is still a budget board. First, the feel. While yes, it does have some flex and bounce, even with the PC plate, the PCB with the flex cuts, which by the way, there's a ton of flex cuts, way too many in my opinion, and the plate mount, this thing still isn't as bouncy as I would have liked it to be, given how many things I've done to it. Now again, it's still flexy and bouncy enough, it just wasn't where I thought it would be in this config. Second, I just don't like the sound of the flex cut PCB at all. Without any foam, there's a lot of hollowness and ping, and honestly, while it does feel decently soft with the flex cut PCB, I would recommend against using it if you're chasing the better sound out of this board. It's just a bit too dead with that flex cut PCB, especially without the foams. To give this board the best chance at having a great sound, I would recommend 1, using the non-flex cut PCB, 2, if you do use the flex cut PCB, introduce some foams, and 3, use some long pull switches. This will really help give it some body, some character, and a little bit more richness. And even with the non-flex cut PCB, using the case foam might help a little bit too. And finally, the build process. While it's fairly simple, having so many mounting styles and having so many screws on the bottom, 1, makes it tedious, and 2, just a bit confusing. Yes, to me it's easy, and some of you might be like, no, this is easy, but for beginners, it's kind of daunting. And not only that, but the JC is just a little bit awkward. I wish I had a little more slack. And on the hot swap PCB, it's just a little tough to insert. Not exactly something easy to deal with if you're a beginner. Sometimes simplicity is just the name of the game, and I think here they might have overdone it just a bit. So what's the final verdict? The MKC is a solid board when built correctly, and is still an insane value even when built wrong. And in my opinion, it's pretty easy to build it right. So with that being said, this board gets a solid recommendation for me if it fits your budget and your preferences, but otherwise, that's all I got for y'all. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate y'all. Hope you have a great day, and I hope to see you next time. Peace.